What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about one of the reasons why I would rather not reincarnate here. Um, Me personally, I'm into spirituality, so like my beliefs that when you die, you actually there's a possibility that human beings might come back here, or like depending on your karma situation, depending if you do want to come back here. I also believe like at times like there's different spirits. There's like a hierarchy of like spirits that kind of have authority over you that would dictate whether you want to reincarnate or not based on what you've done in your past life, based on like if you've done a lot of bad shit or good shit, or if you have like a lot of karma. Or I also believe that maybe it's own free will, it's like its own free choice whether if you want to come down here or not, right? And I can go on and on, but I don't want to fucking explain all this shit, right? And I didn't make this up on my own. Of course, I got these sources from other people and from other online sources and shit. But I personally believe in reincarnation. I personally believe when you do die, after you pass away, I personally believe you do have the option to come back here to Earth, right? To experience either a human body, which is fucking sucks, or like if you want to experience like an animal, or when you die, you could decide to come back here and reincarnate to any type of body, right? But specifically a human body. This is any body in general. This is Earth in general. I fucking hate it, right? So let's get to the point. If you don't know about any type of, if you don't know anything about reincarnation, then learn about reincarnation. Watch videos about spirituality, and then come back to this video because I don't want to explain all this shit. Basically, the reasons why I don't want to reincarnate here is because one, because of money control. Now, of course, we're all familiar with money control, of the corruption of this world, right? We have the elites, the government in power hoarding all the fucking money, right? So now, as human beings, we can't even do shit as we please, right? We live in a fucked up system to where you can't even travel, you can't even meet new people, you can't even do the things you want to get done, whatever you want and whenever you want because of money restrictions, right? And this whole world is so fucked up to the point where like we can't even do shit without money. Like this whole world is just so fucking confusing. It's fucking stupid, man. Like this is why like damn near the whole planet, oh, like every human being in this world, we're forced to do shit we really don't want to do. This is why this world is so negative. This is why a lot of people have a negative mindset. This is why this world is so crazy because every single person we're forced to do a lot of shit we don't want to do. This is why like if you hear people's day-to-day conversations, they always talk about negative shit or how miserable they are. I'm like this too because it's fucking true because of the system we're living in. We all gotta do shit we don't want to do, and we're forced to do it because of survival, because of fucking money. You can't even eat food, you can't drink water, you can't have proper clothes, you can't have proper shelter without being a fucking slave, and that's a problem with this human experience. That's one of the reasons why I do not want to reincarnate here. There's so much dumb shit you got to go through. Um, but yeah, like, and not only that, but like, it's the fucking people, right? In this world we live in, we have a lot of dumbass people. There's this Twitter, right? I saw this video on Twitter where like it was this female, this woman, right? She was talking about how women should have babies either at the age of 35 or over the age of 35 is a good idea. And she was talking about how like she knew like a lot of females who are in their early 20s who either rush to have kids or they want to have kids extremely badly. And I'm watching this video and I'm just like, well, first I'm with the lady. I agree with the women that I feel like women should have kids once they're settled, once they're financially stable, and once they're settled with the man they want, and just once they have their shit together, pretty much. That's guaranteed, you know. But the system we're living in, the society we're living in, it's not guaranteed at all. But that's the thing. Like, um, hang on, I lost my train of thought. Hang on, hang on. Okay, so that's that's a problem with this society, right? So like, I'm agreeing with this lady, and I'm just like, yeah, she's right because first off, if you're like a female, 20 years old, why the fuck would you want to have kids? Like, why would you? Like, it makes no sense. Hang on. Give me 1 second. But yeah, but this lady, like, she was talking about how she wants kids, right? I'm just like, why the fuck would you want to have kids? That makes no sense. You're 20 years old. You don't even have your shit together, and that's one of the reasons why this world is so fucked up. Is because you have people who want fucking kids when they have no business having kids. Like I said before, it's always the dumbest people who have kids. If that's not right, then why is the world so fucked up? Why is there so much bullshit taking place in this world? Why is there so much dumb shit taking place in this society, man? One of the reasons, not all the reasons, but one of the reasons why this world is so fucked up, because we got a lot of dumbass people who don't know how to treat people, don't know how to treat people with respect. That's why there's so much fights going all over the fucking world. You have like it's shit like that because you have females, women that want to rush having kids. Why would you want to have a kid at the age of 20 or in your early 20s, or not even that? Why would you want to have kids if you know your life is not, if you don't even have your shit together, if you're not financially stable? You don't even got a fucking man, but yet you want a kid at a young age. And you have like, there are times where like, there's plenty of times where like, you have the boyfriend and the girlfriend, or like couples who has a kid by accident, right? But yet the guy wants to abort the baby or the child that's not born yet, but yet you have the female who wants to stick with it and wants to have a child. Because I think it's female in nature to want to have a kid. It's in their biological DNA. It's I forgot what it was, but some shit like that. And that's the dumbest idea. Well, first off, y'all shouldn't be having unprotected sex, and whatever. And second of all, like, why would you want to have a kid knowing knowing that your shit's not straight? You know, and there's where you get your single house parenting. There's where you get your dysfunctional families from, because you got dumbass people having kids when they're not ready to have kids yet, but they just want to do it just for the fuck of it. If you decide that you want to have a kid, and you know your life is not well put together, fucking adopt a kid. Why would you put your kid through a fucked up situation to where you can't even feed yourself properly? You don't even know how this world works. You don't know how the corruption of this world works. You don't know how this society works. You don't know how to take care of yourself. You don't know how to survive with yourself. You're not financially stable, and you know nothing about how this world operates, but yet you want to have a fucking kid. This shit makes no sense, and it's one of the reasons why this world's so fucked up. All over on YouTube, people are talking about generational curses. People are talking about dysfunctional families. It's because people keep having fucking kids when they're not even supposed to. And then you put your kids in these fucked up situations, and they can't even like defend themselves. They don't know how to live life. They don't know how to grow up and be an adult, man. This is why you got so many kids, not even kids, but human beings in general, that have so much trauma. This is why this world is so unstable, because you got dumbass parents keep having kids for no fucking reason when they really shouldn't be. That's part of the fucking problem. People keep having kids when they're not supposed to have kids. I'm not even supposed to, but when they're not ready to have kids, man. When they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And this is why you have people that are born in the ghetto. You have people born in the hood. You have people born in the projects. You have people born in like in these fucking lower classes where they're not making enough income, where they can't even survive, where kids got to go to school wearing the same fucking clothes, where kids got to go to school being all dirty, not having the good hygiene, can't even afford the things they want to buy, and now you put them at a hard position in life to build themselves up and to create wealth and fortune, because you keep putting innocent babies and kids and human beings into this world where you're not even financially stable yet. How the fuck are you supposed to survive in a corrupt system to where you have to be a slave in order for you to make money, but yet you don't even have the proper tools to even survive and be a slave to make money so you can make something out of yourself in the first place? So it makes a lot of shit more harder, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking ridiculous. But not only that, another reason why I would rather not reincarnate here if I had a choice, and I hate this human experience so much, is the fact that based on spiritual law, throughout life you create a lot of karma within yourself. So if you're living a very chaotic life, if you're having very chaotic connections, it's because you're dealing with a lot of karmic soul ties. You're dealing with a lot of karmic soul contracts. What a soul contract is, basically, based on my understanding and what I've learned, is that like in a past life, you and that one person may not have gone along. You and that person may have beef, whatever, or like you two were fighting, and once you die, you weren't able to complete it in your past life. So now you got to unresolve the trauma and unresolve the toxicity in this lifetime. This is why if you keep meeting shitty partners, shitty exes, shitty friends, shitty people, more than likely, because you have a lot of karmic depth with them. And that's one of the, it's not just that, but like you can have karmic depth when like you're just being lazy. If you just want to relax and chill and just live your life, rightfully so, because it's your birthright, you can't even do that because according to this fucking human experience, you have to go through pain, you have to go through discomfort to get the things you want. So you could, it's part of the, it's part of the earth rules, it's part of this fucking rules, right? So earth will, I mean, this realm, this reality will orchestrate a situation to where it'll get you off your comfort zone, so you could get the things you don't really want, but you have to want according to your fucking soul script. This is where you get your astrology from, because astrology, it basically controls your free will. This is why like when people report like, oh, there's a full moon, or like there's a Mercury in retrograde, Saturn is going to this, there's gonna be a Mars in Scorpio, this and that. This is why your emotions change up and it switches up quickly. It has a huge influence on you because of these fucking planets. Astrology is a good reason why. I think, in my opinion, I feel like astrology is one of the main reasons why like people don't have free will. I mean, I've already knew growing up that there's something off about this world, and like I feel like we never have free will like that based on my experiences with soul ties and like dealing with karmic connections. On my spiritual awakening, like I just experienced a lot of crazy shit when it comes to soul ties, when it comes to energy, right? And that's when I realized, yeah, more I feel like I don't have free will, but like astrology kind of confirms that we don't have free will because the planets are always changing. You always have full moon cycles. You always have Mercury retrogrades, right? And what they do is pretty much they kind of influence how you're going to act pretty much. They're going to bring all your trauma to the surface. And that comes my another reason why I would reincarnate here and why I hate this human experience, because another reason is that like it's so easy to have a lot of trauma. It's so easy to have a lot of pain. It's so easy to experience, again, it's so easy to develop trauma because you hear it's all over on YouTube where people are talking about they're trying to heal their inner child wounds, they're trying to heal like their adult wounds. They got to heal so much, and like a lot of people are going crazy because based on their family upbringings, based on their shitty parents, based on their past life issues, based on karmic depth, and the things they've experienced, it's natural for a human to experience a lot of trauma. That's why when people talk about law of attraction and like manifestation, they always talk about you have to heal your inner child, you have to heal your teenage wounds and your adult wounds. And that's one of the reasons why I hate this human experience. I would rather not reincarnate, because it's like I can't explain it, but it's a lot to explain. Basically, how I view this world is extremely corrupted. You don't really have free will, and everything is pre-planned. Like I can't really explain it, but as fucked up as that may sound, it really is. There's so much dumb shit you got to go through. I'm doing whatever it takes to make my life better, but no matter where I go, I always got to put up and deal with some stupid shit I don't want to do. It could either be with people, through situations, or just through circumstances, all this dumb shit, man. That's one of the reasons why I'm talking about the importance of having good parents. When you have shitty parents that create a child, if you have dumbass parents, they're not financially stable, they don't know how this world works, and they're emotionally unstable as well. And when you put a kid into this world, now your kid has to put up with their parents' toxicity and bullshit, their emotional bullshit, their financial bullshit, and their circumstances bullshit, and their lack of knowledge. It's very rare, and if you came from a dysfunctional family, you're very lucky, but yet it's also very rare to have the knowledge when it comes to spirituality, to have the knowledge of how this world works, and to have the knowledge knowing that, one, your family is dysfunctional in the first place. Because a lot of people, in my opinion, they're not aware of how dysfunctional their upbringing is. They're not aware how much their parents fucked them over by their lack of knowledge, by their lack of readiness, and their lack of financial discipline when having that kid in the first place. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes people aren't aware that like they're brought into this world by dysfunction. But if you're aware that you came from a dysfunctional family, if you're aware that your parents are pretty fucking stupid, or not just your parents, but your whole family in general. I mean, most likely it's the parents, but it could be family too, because family, like brothers, siblings, daughters, sisters, they're affected by stupid parenting as well. But it's very hard to break free from that. And this is where you get your generational curses from. This is where you get your karmic bloodlines from. All this shit, man. It's fucking crazy. is, and that's the thing. I don't want to reincarnate here. It's because like I feel like not my main purpose, but based on what I've learned from my experiences and from what I've learned from other people, is that me and a lot of other people as well, we're meant to break generational curses. I mean, in my opinion, I feel like everyone is meant to break generational curses. We just do it in different ways. Some people are meant to break financial generational curses. Some people are meant to break like relationship generational curses. Like, for example, like if your family bloodlines have a history of having dysfunctional relationships with like partners, with their boyfriends, with their girlfriends, their husbands and wives. Like it's always dysfunctional. There's always cheating going on. There's always divorces. More than likely, if you're put here right now, and if you have the knowledge that I have right now, or not I have, but like the knowledge, if you have a lot of awareness of like this of like dysfunction, generational curses, just all the corruption within your family and like in this world, if you have that knowledge, then more than likely you're meant to break these cycles and these curses when it comes to your family's relationships, right? So maybe you're meant to go through so much bullshit and a lot of dumb shit when it comes to people and relationships. So you can break out of these cycles and these toxic habits. And not only you, but from what your family has gone through. And now all the burdens of what your family has gone through, all their burdens is going to be put into your shoulders so you can break these fucking cycles. As crazy and fucked up and annoying as that may sound, it is the case. But the good news is that you're meant to have a loving relationship. But in order for you to have that, you have to go through a lot of dumb shit, a lot of stupid shit, and a lot of unnecessary shit, pretty much, so you can break these cycles. And that's not all of it, but that's kind of example of what a generational curse is. You could apply that to finances. If your family's very fucking stupid to the point where like they have no financial discipline, or like they just decide to reproduce despite them not having any knowledge when it comes to finances, you're going to experience a lot of financial curses, such as being broke, such as you yourself having bad spending habits, because the reason why you're having bad spending habits because more than likely your family's bloodline never taught you how to have good finances, how to even have a debit card, or like the importance of credit, or how to save up for your finances, how to invest, the importance of having money. More than likely your family never taught you the importance of that. And not only that, but more than likely your family is born in like a very lower class, or like you can't even afford basic shit like a car or a proper shelter or certain clothes, or like you have to work and be a slave and work your ass off just to even get those things your whole fucking life, right? Where you can't even enjoy your life, where now you gotta put your life on hold so you can get the shit you desire, because your family's so stupid that they set you up for fucking failure. So now you gotta bust your ass and work yourself up so you can get the things you want out of life. That's what financial curses is. But the good news is that you will reach abundance. You will reach a lot of money. You just got to put in the work. But first, in order for you to reach success when it comes to finances, you have to go through what your family's bloodline has put you through. That's an example of like generational curses, pretty much. I feel like I'm not explaining this shit as I would like to, but it's a lot to explain. And again, I didn't make this up. I got these from other people, but I personally believe in this because not only did it make sense to me, but I learned from these people, but I've experienced the same shit as well, and other people experience generational curses as well. But that's one of the reasons why I don't want to reincarnate here, is because why the fuck, like, who the fuck wants to experience that? Who the fuck wants to experience, like, just in general, this human experience, not even this human experience, this whole existence in this reality, in this third realm, in this earth realm? Who the fuck wants to experience being trapped in a body? Who the fuck wants to experience having to be a slave, to sacrifice, not even enjoy all your life, just so you can work at a bullshit job you don't want to be in, so you can make paper money that has no real value, but you need it to survive? Who the hell wants to like be controlled 24/7 to the point where you can't even do the things you really want to do without being a slave first and working for money? Who the hell wants to live in a world where like the body is so fragile to the point where like the older you get, you can't take care of yourself. You have to rely on other people to take care of yourself. I'm 25 right now. I could work out anytime I want. I could work out 5 times a day. I could work out the whole day, 7 times a week. But I'm aware that once I turn 90, if I'm still alive by 100, I can't even do all the shit that I'm doing now. And it's going to suck because now I'm going to have to rely on other people to take care of me. I can't even use the bathroom on my own. I have to have other people to help me out when I use the bathroom, because I seen this shit happen. I seen like the elderly, people who are very old. They need other people's assistance to help them take a shower, to help them use the bathroom, to help them even put clothes on, to even like eat food and drink water, to even go to bed. It's basically when you're old, you're like a baby all over again, pretty much. Like, I don't want to experience that shit. Like, that shit sounds like a hassle. And that's the thing with this human experience too. It's a fucking hassle. This is why, like, we're as human beings, we're so used to doing things we don't like doing. We're just so used to it. It's just we can't grasp it because we're so used to doing shit we don't want to do. It all started from school. When you're a little kid, your dumbass parents or your family members, they don't know shit about this corruption in this world. So then they force you to go to school, even though there's like, I remember when I was younger, I used to always see kids like crying or like begging the parents not to take them to school, because who the fuck wants to deal with that shit? You gotta wake up early. You're forced to learn shit you don't want to fucking learn, and you're not gonna even apply it to the fucking real world. But yeah, you gotta go there like the whole year, 5 times a week, waking up at fucking 5 to 6 a.m. Who the fuck wants to experience that? I don't want to experience that shit. And then you got a lot of dumbass human beings in these school systems where you don't want to be around them and shit. Like, but it all started young when you're forced to go to school, and now like you're forced to learn a bunch of bullshit. And not only that, but I get it if you don't want to go to school, but there's another thing where like you're forced to go to school, right? But yeah, school don't even teach you useful shit, and that's one of the reasons why you have so many high school dropouts. You have a lot of college kids who don't want to fucking be in these school systems because they teach you useless shit, and like then you got to pay so much money just to go to college, just to like apply for these bullshit courses you don't need for your major. This shit makes no sense. If getting your major, if getting a job is so important as society claims, why the fuck is it so expensive just to even get a college degree? This shit makes no fucking sense. I never understood that shit. It's fucking retarded. Like, fuck, man. Man, shit. But yeah, but like, I feel like basically this whole reality is fucked up, right? This timeline is fucked up. This world in itself, this earth, this third realm, this reality is fucking hellish. There's a lot of control, and it fucks people over. So imagine born or being put into a fucked up reality, right? And as parents, not only that, but as human beings, we have no access to spiritual knowledge. We have no access because we don't know how to have access to our past life knowledge. We don't know how the afterlife works. And there are sources out there on YouTube, but just the fact that you have to go to YouTube and figure out and go through all this trial and error and all this bullshit and all these practices just for you to even activate your third eye, to meditate, to astral project, so you can know how it's like in these other realms. But even then, how do we know if all the spiritual information on the internet is even real? I know I'm all over the place, and I'm just speaking my mind, man. Like, I'm just tired of this shit, man. Like, fuck. I'm not suicidal or like I'm not sad or anything. I'm just mad, bro. I'm just annoyed, bro. Like, I really don't want to reincarnate here because there's so much dumb shit you gotta go through, man. I'm just like, what the fuck, man? But like, I'll be thinking to myself, like, damn, why would I choose to experience this? Why would my spirit chose to come down here to experience all this shit? It's fucking useless, man. Don't get me wrong, I have good memories, I have good experiences, and there's other things I look forward to, but it's just, for the most part, like, it's fucking retarded, man. Like, as human beings, we're so used to doing shit we don't want to do. Damn near half the population are forced to do things they don't want to do. If money never existed, we wouldn't even be doing half the shit of what we're doing. Why is this reality so chaotic? There's always wars going on. There's always like, there's so much confusion. There's so much wars and battles and violence going on. There's so much crazy shit that's going on. And there's so much theories out there on why the world it is the way it is. There's so much spiritual knowledge in the internet, but how do we even know if it's even accurate? You know? We don't even know if the afterlife is even real. We don't even know if past lives even exist. We don't even know. I don't even know if reincarnation is even real. You know what I'm saying? There's information out there, but how do we know if it's even real? You know what I'm saying? I feel like, but if all this shit is real, if God is real, if the universe is real, then in my opinion, I feel like God and the universe, they withhold, and they hide a lot of spiritual information, and they hold a lot of spiritual knowledge from humans, for whatever fucking reason. But that's my best conclusion. I feel like God, or the universe, the nature of God, they like to hide a lot of shit from humans, because God wants to keep humans guessing. God likes to use humans to go through so much bullshit trial and error. It's just part of the human experience. Some people claim that like it's for like your soul growth or for your spiritual growth, but how I look at it is it's a fucking hassle, man. And I feel like I be living life, and I feel like, damn, I'm really wasting my time here. And I don't mean that in a suicidal way. I mean it in a way like damn, I could be doing so much better shit. I could be traveling around the world. I could be meeting new people. I could be working out. I could be doing this and that whenever I want. But instead, I'm forced to be at this job. I'm forced to like clock in for a certain amount of hours. I'm forced to be around people I don't want to be around with. I'm forced to do shit I don't want to do just for fucking money, just so I can survive, just so I can make enough paper money. So in hopes of one day I could do the things I want to do by making enough slave paper money by being a slave, by sacrificing my freedom so I could be a fucking slave. You know? And don't get me wrong, I'm thankful. I have gratitude. Like, like I am thankful because I could always be put in a worse or in a hard situation. But I'm just saying, like, it's just, I never understood this shit. Like, why are we being controlled about money? Why there's so much dumb shit's going on, bruh? You know what I'm saying? But it's just retarded. And I feel like as human beings, or like, I always question myself, why is it that why is it that like we don't have access to spiritual knowledge? It's only a select few people who are born with their spiritual gifts, or there's some people who are able to access their past lives. There's some people who are able to communicate with the dead. We have some people who are able to communicate with different spirits. There's why you have tarot readers, you have psychics, you have magicians. You have all these people with these spiritual gifts, right? But I'm just saying, like, why can't everyone have those? Or maybe we do have those, we're just not tapped into it yet. But if they're not tapped in, how the fuck are we supposed to tap into our spiritual gifts? Some people may say it's because of the fluoride. Some people say it's because of the chemtrails. Some people say it's the GMO foods we eat. Who the fuck knows? But all I know is that, like, without a doubt, there has to be, like, a being, or our creator is hiding or blocking or withholding a lot of spiritual information from us, you know? And I understand in order for you to put two and two together, you got to study history, human history. But like, let's be real, who the fuck has time for all that shit, man? You know, it's just fucking retarded, man. But what I came to the conclusion is to honestly just live life the best you can, do the best you can, try to make yourself happy, try to set goals. I think someone said, like, when it comes to life, you create your own purpose. Your purpose doesn't create it for you, which I guess is true, but at times I feel like my life is being controlled. I feel like I'm being watched 24/7. I'll look back in my life. I've experienced a lot of, like, circumstances and situations with, like, not only with life, but with people, and it just seems like all this shit was pre-planned. If you're watching this, at times, do you feel like your life is pre-planned? Because it seems like my life is pre-planned. Whenever I look back at shit, this is where you get your soul contracts from, your karmic connections, all this shit, man. This is weird, but this video's all over the place, but I'm just releasing my thoughts, man. I hate this world so much, but I mean, who doesn't, right? Just because I hate this world, because a lot of people are connected. A lot of people also hate this world. A lot of people don't want to do shit they want to do, but we have to do it, you know? So my best advice is to, again, live life the best you can. Try not to overthink it. Have gratitude. Be thankful for your life. Know that no matter how shitty life can be, there's always someone that has it harder than you. There's always someone that has it worse, you know? And do the best you can to live the type of life you want to live. Learn about law of attraction. Learn about manifestations. So once you learn about these things, you could attract and have the things you want out of life, because life is limitless. Anything you want out of life, you can't achieve it. You just got to put in a lot of work, and you got to go through so much bullshit to get it, but you will get it. And yeah, I'm out. Like, comment, subscribe, and have a good one. Peace.